It's a snowy night outside, but basketball is on in the Northwest Suburban Conference on this Tuesday night as Champlin Park hosts Elk River in a Northwest Suburban Conference boys game. Hello and welcome to CCX coverage of high school sports. John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson. And Ryan, Elk River comes in. It's been a tough season for the Elks. Just 3-13 on the season. Champlin Park comes in with a great record on the season. Lost 5 games, but they're overall having a good year. What do we look for tonight?
Well, I think it's just going to be a good old-fashioned basketball game, and I think both coaches, despite what your record is, right now you're trying to build towards that postseason. So if you're Elk River, you're 3-13. Obviously, you're not satisfied with that, but can you get better, right? This is a tough place to play, a good team in Champlin Park. Can you be competitive? Who knows? We've seen crazy things happen in sports, but you just want to come out and you want to slowly show improvement. You want to be having that crescendo towards the end of the year where you're playing your best basketball come playoff time.
These teams did play just a few weeks ago at Elk River, and Champlin Park won that game by 35 points. So for the Rebels in their head, they know, hey, we're probably almost certainly going to win this game. How do you, as a coach, make sure your kids are ready to play, though, and not lose their focus?
That's a great question, John. And what you do is you make it about you. Right? We don't care what the score is. We are not going to have turnovers tonight. Oh, hey, we're trying to implement a new offense. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on a press or a zone. You're trying to fine-tune yourself. And that's the best thing as a coach. These are trap-type games. When you should win, you're expected to win. It's kind of a dreary atmosphere outside. Everyone's kind of tired and it's dark. No, you got to bring your own energy. We're playing against ourselves tonight, and I'm sure Coach Tucker has had that message to his team.
Let's look at our key players tonight, starting with the Elks. Dylan Fruth is a senior guard and their leading scorer this season.
All-conference player, and he's a good shooter, and he's their guard. And when you're looking at this matchup, my first thing is Elk River going to be able to score enough to compete with Champlin Park? If they are, Dylan Fruth is going to have in the high teens. He averages just under 13, but he's got to shoot the ball well tonight, handle the pressure, and he's got to be able to get up to close to 20 points, I think, for them to be able to score with Champlin Park.
Rebels come in 12-5 on the season. One of their top scorers, their second leading scorer behind Benedetto, is Jacob Johnson.
Yeah, and I love his game. He's tall, he's athletic, he can shoot the ball, he can score in a variety of ways. The other thing, too, that's in Coach Tucker's advantage is they're coming off a pretty good beatdown against Park Center last week. So I'm sure they've had a weekend and a couple of practices to be humbled and to get it back together. I would expect them to come out with a lot of energy, and Jacob's going to have a big game, too. He scores quite a bit, he rebounds, he does a little of everything. He's a very complete player.
A late start tonight, but we'll get it underway in just a few moments. Elk River, Champlin Park boys basketball live next here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back to CCX coverage of high school boys basketball. Elk River and Champlin Park. You have stayed home on this snowy night. We thank you for joining us for the telecast. A snow commute. Elk River was late to get to the game. They had to shorten up the JV, making it running time for the first and second half. But we are about to tip, Ryan. I know you had a challenging commute of your own from home.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home, lucky you. You didn't have to go sit on some of these highways. It's bad. It's slippery out there, but we're all here, and what a fun game, fun matchup, and we'll get to see some really good talent here tonight.
Let's look at our starters, starting with Elk River. 3-13 in the season, 2-6 in the Northwest Suburban Conference's North Division. At center, Brandon Melcher, he's a 6'6" freshman. And their guards, Brock Burdine, a 5'11" senior. Connor Wise, a 6'1" junior. Dylan Firth, a 5'11" senior. And Devin Roberts, a 6'5" senior. For Champlin Park, In the front court, Alex John, a 6'8" senior. Cato Seeley, a 6'4" senior. The guards, Jacob Johnson, a 6'4" senior. Bennett Otto, a 6'4" senior. And Jared Walter, a 6'3" senior. Good size all across that starting five for Champlin Park that the Elks will have to deal with tonight. You look at Randy Clausen, been in the Elk River basketball program for a long time. 21st year as the head boys coach. He was the girls coach for 10 years before that. 36 years overall and as a coach in the girls and boys programs at Elk River High School. And Mark Tucksher, 13th year as head coach at Champlin Park. They come in 12-5 in the season, 7-0 in the North Division champion. They've won this North Division several times and look to be well on their way to another division championship. 2 games up on Blaine in the North heading into play tonight.
Yeah, and you just never want to get comfortable, right? You always want to have that chip on your shoulder, that feeling that people are right on your tail. Then you don't get complacent, right? And tonight is about, I really believe for the Rebels, they're playing against themselves. What can they accomplish? What are their own goals? And if you're Elk River on the road like this, get off to a good start. Especially as a good shooting team, can you get your first, second, third shots to fall, and all of a sudden you build confidence and you're in this game and anything can happen.
Melcher to jump against Alex John here. And the first possession for Elk River. Burdine into the front court, and the steal, and then taken right back by Elk River. It was in the hands of Seeley, but didn't have anywhere to go with it. And now it's Roberts giving it back to Burdine. Bounce pass nicely inside to Roberts for 2.
Well, great cut by Roberts that time, and that was a really good feed. I love the angle that was created on that bounce pass, and he led Roberts right to the basket. Good start, nice motion there on that offense.
Bennett Otto, one dribble and then back into the hands of Johnson. 3-pointer in and out. And Burdine had inside position, gets the rebound and gets it to Fruth in the front court. Melcher to Roberts left wing. Now reset out top with Burdine. Bounce pass inside. This one turned over as Cato Seeley got there and got the steal for the Rebels. Now Otto drive, pull up, kick off to the corner. Walter go baseline. Johnson open right corner. Now steps inside his defender. Missed on the shot, and John a little bit over the back of Melcher commits the foul.
Well, Melcher did a nice job that time using his length and his body to get John on his back. And I'll tell you, I like what the Elks are doing, a 1-3-1, trying something different, just trying to get Champlin Park maybe out of their normal rhythm. And if you can force Champlin Park to shoot jump shots, you better put a body on them. Don't give them second chance points. You mentioned their length. That's a great strength of theirs. And so far, Elk River's done a nice job. One shot and done.
Burdine into the front court for the Elks. Connor Wise, 21. Fruth, a deep 3 from the left side. Not good. Rebounded by Otto. Push it ahead, 4-on-1 into the hands of Seeley off the glass and in.
Yeah, Seeley's going to get the points there. He did a nice job of putting himself in a good position. But how about Bennett Otto? Gets the rebound, goes coast to coast, makes a great play for a teammate.
Fruth to Roberts, inside to Melcher. The good look for the Elks didn't go. Goes back up with it. And a tie-up from behind. And they'll call the jump ball. Look at that fast break a moment ago for the Rebels.
And that's such a great skill. You get that ball. So many people get a rebound and they don't push it like that. Bennett Otto, not only did he push it, but John, you saw him get to the middle of the floor too. That's where you can be the most dangerous as a playmaker. And his teammates know to run the floor and they'll get rewarded by Bennett Otto. He's a very unselfish player.
Johnson would dribble into the hands of Otto. As a double team, Roberts popping out on him. Pass across. Johnson scrambles to get it. John on the block, turns, can't quite get it to go.
That was good offense. They got to the middle, drove it down. John got a great shot. Nice rebound too by Elk River.
Melcher's shot gets partially blocked by John out of bounds to Champlin Park.
You know, and that's where Melcher, as a freshman, you know Alex John, he's a great shot blocker. He's going after those shots. Shot fake him. See what he does. And if he does go and leave his feet, then you rip right through him and get something going to the basket.
Seeley looks inside, back out. John, three is good. Johnson, rather. Jacob Johnson with his first points. And Champlin Park in the lead at 5-2. Roberts trying to tie it up. Short on the front rim. Rebounded by Walters. Out comes Champlin Park. Johnson with a little floater up and in.
What I love that Johnson's done, he missed his first couple of shots, and as a scorer and a shooter, you got to keep shooting, and he's been very confident. You saw him make the three, that time in transition, gets a nice basket.
There's Fruth with it. Johnson on him defensively. Melcher back out. Fruth starting a drive. Three ball, top of the key, missed everything on the try by Wise, out of bounds to Champlin Park.
Yeah, in Elk River, I'd like to see Fruth continue that drive. I thought he looked like he had an angle down there towards the baseline. I think Champlin Park likes to have pressure defense. You got to be able to exploit that by either your dribble drive or going back door, right? You got to make them pay for their aggressiveness, and until you do, they're going to continue to get more and more aggressive.
Otto's open. We get an offensive foul, though, away from the ball on Champlin Park.
Yeah, they ran kind of a fade screen to get Bennett Otto open on the reverse there on the skip pass, and Jared Walter, they got just caught with a moving screen. It was the right idea, but that's been a point of emphasis this year, and you've seen illegal screens called a lot more in the games that I've been able to watch.
Isaac Holtberg and Carter Bainey, a couple of juniors into to Elk River's lineup right now. 12 is Bainey. 35 left side, that's Holtberg. Bounce pass in. Melcher trying to back down John. Can't get that shot up and in. Out of bounds. Off of Alex John, and will stay with Elk River.
You love Melcher going at Alex John, right? And it's one of those things you could see he plays a lot with his upper body. And when you're young, you're not using your strength. Your strength actually comes from your legs. And when you're playing down low there, you want to be able to use your legs.
Great steal off the inbound, and Otto takes it back and scores his first points.
Oh, he's usually a quarterback. That time playing defensive back and free safety. He goes up and anticipates that pass. Great steal, good athleticism, and then he's off to the races. And one of the things, too, about Bennett Otto that you don't realize is he's got great length. He's got good height at 6'4", but he's got long arms. And knows how to finish, too. Very, very, very good in transition.
So a 9-2 lead for Champlin Park to get things started. Coach Tucksher, like you said, you want to be sharp. You want to work on things, and you don't want to take a step back. Even if you ultimately win this game, you want to be improved, too.
Yep. And one of the things you do as a coach and as a team is you set goals throughout the game. Okay, there's a timeout, 13:50 left. You say, okay, we're going to hold them under 10 by 8 minutes. Little goals like that. You play games within the game. And I think it's good, too. They're seeing a 1-3-1, which maybe they don't see that often, so you get to work on your zone offense. And here they're coming out in a 1-3-1, so it allows you to work on some things, too, that you might be able to pull out later in the season when you need them.
Corner three, not good from Holtberg. Yeah, the ball off the rim. What was on the rim? I think they're going to call the basket good. I think Mark Tucksher didn't feel the ball was still in the cylinder.
That was nice offense. They got a good look on the baseline. Nice offensive rebound.
Bainey gets credit for the basket.
Yeah.
And it's 9-4. Otto. Walter back to Otto. Skip pass and corralled nicely by Walter out high. Otto back into the hands of Johnson. Cooper Olson, 23 in the corner, back out. Johnson back to Olson. Getting an offensive foul.
Here's a look at that their defensive goaltending here. We'll see. Oh boy, that was close. It was closer than I initially thought. That time, it's one of those bang calls. Let's see. That ball's off the cylinder.
Well, last foul was not on Olson, but on Alex John. He picks up his second, so he'll go to the bench here. Ball tipped out high, but Elk River keeps possession. three off the mark, but another offensive board for the Elks. Drive off the glass. A little too strong for Bainey. Hits it again and gets fouled by Walter. So good persistence by the Elks, and they'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws here for the junior Carter Bainey.
I'll tell you, rebounding is a lot effort and it's a lot positioning, and you're seeing a lot of jump shots and nice hustle that time by the Elks, especially by Bainey, keeping that ball alive and draws the foul and gets a free throw here. So scrappy possession, but that's what you need to do when you're struggling. Get third, fourth, fifth offensive chance points, and that's vital. And again, the length of Champlin Park, John, you're probably not going to just jump over them, but if you can be a little scrappier and get to some of those loose balls, that's a big win for the Elks.
Bainey makes both free throws. That foul on Walter is his second. So he comes out. Francis Wakoria, 6'5" sophomore, now into their lineup. And a three from Johnson, and Jacob Johnson has 8 points already for Champlin Park.
Yeah, 2 threes and a nice jumper in transition. He's starting to get a nice rhythm, and that's where if you're Elk River, you got to know where you're helping off of and who you want to leave open, and he is definitely not someone you want to give an open look to.
Into the hands, and then a pass off by Sam Erickson. Got it away before he got into trouble. Now has it again. Melcher corrals it back out high. 3-ball try off the back iron for Burdine. Another offensive board. Three, this time up and in for Bainey, who's got 7 points.
Yep, again, another second chance rebound. Great rebound by Burdine. He's only 5'11". He was battling down there and kicks it out, and Bainey knocks it down.
Trying to get the ball into Wakoria, and it's tipped, and a steal here for the Elks. Good defensive play by Hultberg. Double team now comes on Burdine. He's got it back again.
Oh, nice look.
Try to hit Bainey down underneath, and a little too strong on the pass.
Up there, you can see all that space for Johnson. He's really, him and Otto are the two guys you can't leave open. There was a nice rebound that time by Erickson down low and kicked out. Bainey knocks it down. He's got 7 of their 9 points.
3-point Champlin Park lead with just over 11 minutes to play in the first half. Olsen will let it go from the corner. Not good. Ball tapped out to Otto. He'll try a three and around the rim and in.
A friendly home roll right there. Nice tip out, too. That was a heads-up tip out, knowing where Bennett was standing. He caught it, got into rhythm there, and knocks it down.
Fruth. Just missing on the steal was Kamara. The floater, and we can get a foul whistled against Olsen on the shot try by Bainey. We'll go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, here's a nice drive. Bainey's playing with a lot of confidence right now. You know, he's got 7 early points. That time a nice penetration, able to take the contact, draw the foul, and knocks down some more free throws.
That foul on Otto. That's his first 5th team foul in Champlin Park.
Yeah,
None against Elk River yet.
5-0. You know, and that's the thing, when you play against aggressive defenses, you have to use that against them. And one of the ways you can do it is if you're strong with the ball, you will get fouled, and you got to take advantage of it. Keep being aggressive, and maybe you get into the bonus in an early situation.
15-11, 10.5 minutes to go. First half, Otto. Kamara has 3 ball is in.
Yeah, that's how you beat a 1-3-1. If you can have 2 guys on top that can both shoot the basketball, it's hard for that top guy to get back and forth. You can see Elk River basically saying, Champlin Park, we don't think we can guard you man-to-man. We're going to make you shoot jump shots.
Baseline 3 wouldn't go. Otto quickly out to Johnson. Great move to the basket. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And that's a great move for young kids to see right there. Johnson in the open court, looked like he had no space. That's what they call the kids now, John, call it a Euro step, right? Watch him step right through that. You avoid the charge. And I like how he tried to come up underneath, knowing exactly where that defender's arm was going to be, able to draw the contact, hits the free throw. He's got 9 early points here tonight.
TJ Moberg, junior guard, in for the first time for Champlin Park tonight. Second one also good for Johnson. And the lead stretches to 9 for Champlin Park. Just 4 a few moments ago. Elk River, though, you got to stay with your game plan, right?
Yep.
Be patient. And a steal by Otto on the pass across the court intended for Fruth.
Oh, what a pass.
Great no-look pass. Wakoria is fouled and they'll go to the line for 2.
Bennett Otto just again played free safety. That's a hard cross-court pass. He stands and gets in the passing lane. Watch this no-look left-handed pass. Just a beautiful court awareness. And a nice job, too, that time by Wakoria, who's got great footwork.
Free throw up and off for the 6'5" sophomore.
Yeah, 6'5", but he's got that nice big body, too, down low. We did their game against Wayzata earlier in the year, and he was very effective in that game, too. He's going to be a great player.
Alex Severin, 6'1", senior, number 5, now in for Champlin Park. Otto will get a rest. Wakoria can't get either one to go, and the rebound to Fruth and Elk River. He gets it again on the left wing.
What you'd like to see, too, with Elk River is everything around the perimeter. You'd like to see them try to attack off the dribble, put some pressure on the Champlin Park defense. I feel like Champlin Park knows they can get up and extend their defense because they're not worried about the dribble penetration at all.
3-ball missed by Burdine, rebounded by the Rebels. Johnson will bring it up. In on the block, Wakoria. The offensive foul, hooking around the defender, Melcher.
And I didn't think he needed to do that. It looked like with that spin, he had great body control. It looked like he got where he wanted to go, and it's just sometimes it's a habit of using that off arm to help hook the defender. And I think he could have probably gotten home without doing it, but a good call by the referee.
We stay at 20-11 with under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Fruth 3 is good. We talked about his three-point shooting, and there he's able to connect for the first time tonight.
Do you see how quick he caught that and released it, too? That was just a great release. And my first thought was he didn't get his legs, so he didn't get set. But, man, that was a great release and nothing but the bottom of the net. And, again, I think the Elks, if they're going to get into this game and stay into this game, they need his scoring and his shooting.
Kamara off to Wakoria for 2.
Well, 2 things there. Kamara, beautiful job with just keep getting into that lane, but keeping your head up, knowing where his teammate is. And then I thought Wakoria, see how he used his body? So all he had to do was catch and finish. Really nice.
Melcher getting inside position, got the ball, and we get a hold on Champlin Park.
Watch this quick release. Boom, he catches it. Locked and loaded right there, nothing but net. And a great pass, and then a nice job. Again, you can see big fella using his body as a shield there to be able to get that off nice and easy. And here's where those fouls come into play, John. Elk River already in the bonus for the last 8 minutes here. They got to keep being aggressive and keep earning trips to the free throw line.
Foul was on TJ Moberg, his first. And Melcher will earn the bonus, getting his first point tonight. He's got that size. It looks like he's gonna be a good varsity player here in a couple of years. Not that he's not a decent player already, but as a 9th grader. But he's gonna grow into that frame. And
well, you can see his feet. He's got really big feet, and you figure once he puts 20 or 30 pounds of some growth and maturity and muscle on, he's going to be a load. No, absolutely. And I love what they're doing too. Give him a chance to develop and get that experience now. It only is going to make him better.
Otto in trouble, able to find Severin open. Wakoria open on the baseline, score it in 1.
That is a grown man finish right there. Cato Seeley saw him often on the football field going up and at its highest point. Watch him just go up, take the contact, able to hang in the air and finish it. That was a very strong finish.
He had a terrific year as a wide receiver this year for the Rebels. Seeley's free throw not good.
And remember, too, he had never played football. Coach Nick Keenan for the Champlin Park varsity team said, you look like you could be a heck of a football player, and sure enough, he was.
Roberts missed in close. Wakoria rebounds. Severin to Otto. Moberg will put up a 3 and hit.
Well, I like Moberg, what he did. He got himself ready to shoot. And a nice job by Benedetto, kind of letting the defense hustle back, seeing what developed. Found Moberg, who stepped right into it, nothing but net. Champlin Park doing a nice job of taking what the defense is giving them, knocking down the outside shots. Nice pass.
Wide open is Erickson. Good feed from Bainey, and Erickson's got his first basket.
Well, you give Bainey a lot of credit on the pass, but you give Erickson not standing still, right? Keep moving. You set a screen and you roll to the basket. He got himself in a great spot.
Seeley, entry pass to Okoria, and we get a foul before the shot on the Elks.
And this is where it's going to really pose a challenge for Elk River is down low. When you got Seeley in there, you got Wakoria, and you also have Alex John, and there are three guys that can post up who are big, tall, and strong. How are you going to defend them? Are you going to front them and then have help over the top, or do you stay in the zone?
Fourth team foul on the Elks, first on Erickson. Moberg back out. Otto to Johnson. 9-point Champlin Park lead. Down to the baseline.
Nice
Seeley
pass.
back out. Otto, three is good.
That was beautiful offense. Nice ball rotation. And Wakoria could have had a layup there, an unselfish play. Saw Benedetto wide open, who knocks down the easy three.
Almost a steal for Johnson, and Seeley gets a hand on it and knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, great possession here by Champlin Park. Ball moves down low. Look at the unselfishness. Could have gone up, had an easy layup. Said he knows Benedetto is pretty automatic from top of the key, wide open, and just a great play, great pass.
Champlin Park with its biggest lead of the night now, 12 points. Erickson, mid-range shot over Wakoria, not good. Into the hands of Holtberg, and thrown up in the air. Ends up in the hands of Seeley. Across to Otto, then back out. Seeley will try a three from the corner. Long, tapped around. Johnson can't handle it, out of bounds.
Didn't you feel that's going to stay Champlin Park? Isn't that a possession that you felt like that shot had to go in by Seeley? I mean, just a heads-up play, and then somehow that ball gets through, and look at this over the shoulder.
Yeah, ultimately, it's supposed to lead to a dunk or something like that.
Something crazy to happen. You felt like that three was for sure going to go in.
Elk River gets possession of the ball here. Driving, Fruth. Handoff in the corner. Wakoria playing good defense on Holtberg, and that three is up and in.
And again, just that catch and shoot. And what people that don't realize what that is he's getting his feet set and he's ready to shoot as soon as he catches it. He's one of those guys, you got to be right on him, or otherwise he's got that quick release, he can get it off.
Seeley has it stripped away. Here's Fruth with it. Back to the corner, they'll go back out. Fruth, long three, that one's short, but rebounded by Elk River. Baseline left, shot up and in, a two-pointer for Erickson.
That's just great offense by the Elks. They get what they want. Fruth, a three, and again, you shoot a lot of jump shots, you're going to get long, scrappy type rebounds, and Elk River, again, hitting the offensive glass, and then watch the ball movement after this, too. So there's the three. It's short, but watch the ball. Bam, bam, bam. Right over there. Make that defense move. And Sam Erickson knocks down the baseline jumper. I think if you're Elk River, if you're Coach Clausen, you got to feel pretty good about where you're at right now. I think being down 9-2, I think your team could have said, oh, here we go again. Let's just pack it in. Instead, they've come out and battled back at 30-23 with the way they played. I think they've had an excellent first half.
More basketball later this week on CCX from the Northwest Suburban Conference. Thursday night, Jay Wilcox and Ryan Iverson will be at Park Center High School for a great matchup between Maple Grove and Park Center. 7 o'clock tip-off for that. Maybe snowing again. Well, who knows?
I know Wisconsin's playing the Gophers tomorrow. You think Brad Davison will stay in town and play with Maple Grove on Thursday?
That might help.
Here's the question. If he played for Maple Grove against the #1 team in Park Center, what do you think would happen?
Then I think Maple Grove wins. now that he's 20-year-old Brad Davison, or do we have to go back to high school, Brad? I think I think Maple Grove wins.
I always used to think, too, if high schools could have their alumni come back and play, what team would be, the most loaded? You think of all those great Hopkins players and certainly Champlin Park with some of their history, Maple Grove, Osseo with some of their athletes. Wouldn't that be kind of fun to...
An alumni tournament. Let's get it going.
I think CCX, we could sponsor it and we'll broadcast it. I think it would be a hit.
Mark Tuxershay's got, I think, a dozen former players that are playing college basketball right now.
It's pretty unreal.
3-shot up and in. There's Johnson with his third three-pointer here in the first half. Jacob Johnson with 13 points already, close to his season average.
We must have known what we were talking about when we highlighted him in the pregame. He's had a great game. And I'll tell you, every time Champlin Park's kind of got on a lull, they've been able to respond with a big three-pointer. That's his third. They've knocked down a bunch as a team.
7 three-pointers already for Champlin Park in this first half. Elk River's got 3, 2 of them by Fruth. Roberts to inbound here near half court. See if they can respond to that 3 and make a little run in the final 4 minutes here of the first half. Able to save it was Wise at the sideline. Now drives into the lane with a good shot up. Missed it though. Rebounded by Sealy. Now it's Kamara with it. Kamara in the traffic and offensive foul.
You got the feeling that the ref was not going to call that until he saw Kamara's reaction. Yeah, that's where as a player you play through that because you never know what the ref saw or what they're thinking. You can see right there he stopped and kind of hung his head like he knew. I'll tell you, great job by Fruth there to stand in there and try to take that charge, and he did.
8th foul on Champlin Park, and the Fruth that comes off the inbound. Johnson gets right in his face. Off to Burdine, and now to Fruth. Roberts pops out high. And Johnson, quick hands in the passing lane there.
I like the movement Elk River's doing. They're trying to get their shooters coming off down screens, and that last possession there, Champlin Park does a nice job of playing those passing lanes. They're jumping that gap, trying to get that steal, and the way you counteract that is you fade on that screen, you throw it over the top and allow your shooter to create enough space, hopefully to get an open look.
And getting a hand on the ball is Kamara, and then he lost his balance, and he's over and back. So he turns it right back to Elk River. Look at it again. Yep.
Well, it's weird because it's actually the ball. It's not your feet. You know that? That was questionable.
That was, you're right. That was close.
But again, Champlin Park playing those passing lanes. If you're Elk River, you got to look to go back door. There, a beautiful pass, nice cut. That's when you got to finish.
Roberts unable to finish off the pass from Melcher. Otto had it stolen by Roberts. Trying to drive on Kamara. A little trouble with the ball, able to release it. Holberg, nice little spin move and finishes. Isaac Holberg with a nice basket for the Elks.
Yeah, and he's got good height at 6'3". That was just a great spin move. But how about the defense by Roberts there, picking Bennett Otto and getting that ball started in transition.
Sealy will drive, kick it out to Kamara. Otto puts it on the deck. Johnson, 3 from the corner. That one not good. And rebounded
nice throw ahead.
by Burdine. Ahead, Fruth lays it in.
What a great pass by Burdine, and great job, too, by Fruth getting out and sprinting the floor. He's got 8 points, and nice little run here by Elk River.
Pass to Johnson from Wacoria, and Johnson gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
There's a rare miss by Johnson, but look at the heads up here by Burdine there, and nice job finishing. I'll tell you what's great about Fruth there. Do you see how he kept that ball way out in front, knowing that there might be shot blockers following him? He did a nice job finishing with the ball out in front there.
That foul called on the floor, so not in the act of shooting, was Johnson. Otto connects and hits a 3. His third three-pointer of the half.
When again, every time Elk River gets close, it seems like Champlin Park responds with a 3-point shot.
And Kamar reaching in commits the foul, and that will send Burdine to the line for a 1-and-1.
And that's where those earlier fouls really come into play, right? Because part of what makes Kamara so good is his ball pressure and his ability to get up in an offensive player's space. And now he gets that reach, 30, 40 feet away from the basket. It alters how Champlin Park might have to play.
He comes out. Severin is back in. And Burdine rattles in the first free throw. One more coming for the senior.
I tell you, Elk River's done a nice job of getting to the free throw line and making their free throws. I think just one miss so far in the first half.
Yeah, one is in. I have him 8 for 8.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking one earlier. Well, that's what you got to do on the road, right? You got to take advantage. You got to make your free throws, and they've certainly done that.
Otto and Melcher, too aggressive apparently defensively, picks up his first. 16 fouls on the Elks. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Johnson back out. Otto strokes another 3. This one off. Wakoria up. Can't finish. And the rebound to Holtberg.
Nice rebound by Holtberg there. And again, a nice leak out.
Roberts, he can't score. Rebound by Seeley. Otto up ahead for Champlin Park. To the corner. Severin's shot, not good. Tipped around. Comes back into the hands of Otto. Back to Johnson. To the baseline. Seeley, Johnson. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. Otto drives to the basket and scores. Good possession for Champlin Park. Keeping it alive, and then they get the finish by Otto. And a steal here for Seeley. Rebels have numbers. Severin back to Otto. Pops up a 3, too strong. And now Elk River will come back. On the break, and I get a foul on Otto as he knocked the ball away from Bainey. Didn't think he had committed a foul, but one's whistled on Otto, and Bainey will go to the line for 2 as Elk River now into the double bonus. 2 fouls on Otto now. First free throw is up and in. Otto will come out. Moberg back in. Cooper Olsen back in for Wakoria. Erickson for Elk River. Bainey helps the Elks stay perfect from the free throw line. Back to a 7-point game, under 30 seconds to play. "15 seconds. Moberg picks up his dribble. To Johnson. Moberg on 3 is in. He's hit a couple here in the first half. Final seconds from half court. That's going to be short. And Champlin Park will take a lead into the halftime of 10 points. 41-31. Rebels up on the Elks by 10. Been double-digit lead a few times, including here at halftime, but the Elks have hung in there. Getting it down to 5-6 points, but no closer here at halftime, trailing 41-31. Let's go down to the floor. Ryan Iverson standing by with Randy Clausen.
All right, thanks, John. Coach, I was about to say what a great first half, and then that 3 went in from about 26 feet. But I think other than giving up quite a few 3-point shots, you have to be pretty proud of how your kids played.
Yeah, I thought we worked hard, and we did a better job moving the ball so far in that first half. That's what we need to do, and I think we should have converted on a few more opportunities that we had. And Champlin can shoot it well. And they knocked down a lot of shots, and we tried to play 1-3-1 early, and we just gotta continue to work.
Second half, do you stay in that zone, or do you look to go man-to-man, or do you have other tricks up your sleeve that you might be looking at?
No, I think we just got to keep mixing it up a little bit. It's hard to keep them out of a rhythm, but that's kind of what we're trying to do. And as long as we come up with good effort and move the basketball, we should be okay.
You played this team a few weeks ago, lost by 35. You guys came in tonight. It's been a pretty back-and-forth competitive game. What do you say to your kids at halftime? What's the goal here in the second half?
Well, we're just concerned about how we're playing, and we're at the point of the season we just got to keep getting better every game. And so we're looking at things that we can try to improve on. And to be honest, defensively, we've been really struggling. So it's good to see tonight that even though we gave up 41, that I thought we had some good defensive possessions, and we just got to kind of prevent those little breakdowns that are really hurting us right now.
I thought you guys played really hard. Congrats and good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you, John.
All right, thanks very much to Coach Randy Klossman. We'll hear from Mark Tuckshire before the beginning of the second half. Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball live on this snowy Tuesday night. We'll have more from Champlin Park High School after this timeout on CCX.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
John Jacobson with Ryan Iverson back at Champlin Park High School, where the Rebels, looking for their 13th win of the season, have a 10-point lead on Elk River, 41-31 at halftime. So we get highlights from the first 18 minutes of play here tonight in Brooklyn Park.
Well, something tells me we're going to see a lot of three-point shots here on the highlights, and those were two big shots early on there by Johnson, getting the scoring going. It's another three there.
Johnson with 3 3-pointers in all in the first half, and co-leading scorer along with Bennett Otto. Great feed by Otto there to Keto Seeley for one of his 2 baskets. Otto taking this one himself. A great tap out here by Seeley to Otto for that 3. And for Elk River, able to hang in the game, as you mentioned, a lot of the first half, getting some good looks down low at times, and that one for Sam Erickson. Connecting on a few threes, not many, not as many as Champlin Park, certainly. Fruth hit a couple, good baseline 2 there for Erickson. Roberts finds the open player, and then the great spin move by Holtberg for his only basket of the half. Here's our leading scorers. Carter Bainey off the bench with 11 points, a couple of baskets, and 6 out of 6 from the line. 2 and a 3-pointer. Fruth with 3 baskets, 2 threes among them. Erickson with 4. Johnson and Otto 13 points each for Champlin Park. TJ Moberg with 6, as they've been able to spread the rest of their scoring around pretty well in the first half. But you get 26 out of 2 guys. That's a pretty good start.
Well, how big was that 3 there by Moberg right before the half? That was deep. And, you look at Champlin Park, 9 3-pointers. That's 27 of their 41 points. So, I think that 1-3-1, when I talked to Coach Claassen, he was pleasantly, I think, surprised and pleased with his defense. It's just, hey, when the other team's shooting that well, you got to adjust to it.
He talked about in the pregame about you got to bring your own energy to a game like that. And this gym doesn't, obviously not very full tonight because of the weather, I imagine primarily. And for Champlin Park, that's kind of their key for their players, right? Bring your own energy and let's finish strong here. Yeah, and now you're up 10 too against a team that you're expecting to beat if you're Champlin Park. How do you come out in the second half? I think these first couple minutes of the second half are going to be really big as far as dictating what happens. Champlin Park comes out on a run, they could essentially put this game away. And if you're Elk River and get a couple stops, a couple baskets, this could be a dogfight the rest of the way. Look at the seniors up on the wall. We need a banner. Is there a Ryan Iverson banner like that with Eden Prairie? All these cool things now happen nowadays. Back then, we didn't have banners or, the big posters of kids' face. We didn't have any of that. So I might just go ahead and make one up and start bringing it with our CCX broadcast. You, me, Jay, Allie, get some of our good-looking camera people out there. We'll take time out, and Ryan will be back, talk with Coach Tucksher, and then the second half of play. It's 41-31. Champlin Park leading Elk River more boys basketball on CCX live right after this.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Let's go back to the floor, and Ryan Iverson standing by with Coach Tucksher.
Thanks, John. So, Mark, what'd you tell the guys at halftime there?
Yeah, we're hitting some shots. We got to attack the zone a little bit better, but defensive rebounds, we're giving them too many second chances. Giving up 31 points the first half's not what we should be doing. We should be playing a little bit better D and get those stops. Well, you got to be pleased making 9 threes in the first half, but you and I were just talking off camera. Let's get the ball. Let's get out in transition. Is that a point of emphasis here in the second half? Absolutely. We're a running team, and, we get those defensive boards. We need to get up the floor and finish in transition. One of the things I was talking about, too, is you beat this team by 35 a couple weeks ago. Tuesday night, not a lot of fans here because of the weather. Are you playing against yourself? Is it you guys trying to get yourself motivated and staying sharp? Yeah, every game's an opportunity and a challenge, and the boys got to motivate themselves sometimes, and this is one of those opportunities to motivate yourself, dig deep, and get it done. Lastly, your dad usually comes to all the games. I haven't seen him here. Did he wimp out because of the weather, and is that affecting your guys' play? No, it's not affecting our game, but it's a long trip from Brainerd and a lot of snow, so. Good luck in the second half, Coach. All right, back to you, John.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks to both coaches for taking a few moments with us tonight. So 41-31 lead for Champlin Park. They look for their 14th win of the season. Elk River trying to break an 8-game losing streak. They'll be at home against Spring Lake Park on Thursday night. Champlin Park at Coon Rapids on Friday in their next Northwest Suburban Conference North Division game. And then a big game against Blaine here on Wednesday the 13th. The Bengals the same overall record in 2 games back, though, of Champlin Park in the Northwest Suburban Conference North Division. They'll be here a week from tomorrow night.
Well, that could potentially be the one that kind of seals the North Division Conference Championship, too.
So underway, Elks with the first possession here of the second half. Go down low, ball knocked away by Alex John out of bounds again off the Rebels.
It was the right idea. They didn't get home on it, but a great back cut. And what you want is your guys looking for that. So many times people cut and they're open, but guys don't see it. So it was the right idea.
Alex John back in along with Jared Walter. Both those guys sat an extended period, Ryan, with 2 fouls in the first half.
Well, this is kind of their big lineup, right? Good length here. And then you heard Coach Tucker talk about, hey, let's get defensive rebounds, get out and run. Let's see if that's what they're able to do here with a pretty big lineup out on the floor.
Opening possession here of the second half. Ball in the hands of Burdine. Melcher back to Burdine. Not about a 3. Now it's Fruth who's hit a couple. Long on this one. Long rebound out of the hands of Melcher. Rebels with it. Otto ahead to Sealy who finishes.
Well, 2 things. One, great defensive rebound. They got out and ran. That's exactly what they talked about at halftime and doing. And secondly, that was a great set there by Elk River. It was a nice, what they call an elevator screen, John, trying to get Fruth open for the 3, and it worked. I think they're going to get Alex John here for another early foul. Yep.
Let's look at it again. Oh, there it is, the last basket.
Again, it helps when your quarterback is also your point guard. They just, that natural tendency to get your head up and look for your teammates.
John knocked that pass right back past Connor Wise.
I'm
sure inbound again.
He's got a whole halftime here of probably some frustration, right, of not playing with those fouls. And
don't leave him in. I think you want to give him some extended minutes here. You got a dozen-point lead here. Let Alex John play through this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Headed to Missouri Western next year. I saw his brother play a great game on TV about a week, 10 days ago.
I'll tell you, that Marquette team, they're ranked, what are they, top 10 now, I think? And they got a great team.
John gets the ball on the floor, and we get a timeout by Mark Tucker. So his player and his team in trouble and gets a 30-second timeout here.
When you're seeing both, it's funny when a coach gets this timeout, right? You got one side that Champlin Park really happy that they got it, and then you got the Elk River side saying he never had possession of it. So it's great hustle by Alex John and a heads-up timeout too by Coach Tucker.
As I mentioned, Ryan, you'll get a chance to see Maple Grove and Park Center on Thursday. Yep. Maple Grove, a state tournament team last year. Park Center, a section runner-up to Osseo. I know that's a senior-laden group that really has a goal of getting to the state tournament this year out of Section 5.
And here's my take on Park Center is they have the athletes and the talent to win the state tournaments this year. For me personally, it comes down to if they can get their big fella, Dane Danger, to play down low. When he did that the other game against Osseo, unstoppable. I don't know if there's another player in the state that can guard him down low, and then you mix that with their athleticism and ability to attack the basket and shoot the basket. It's when he gets out on the perimeter, I think he gets a little bit away from what his strengths are.
Otto with a 3. Right out of the timeout, Bennett Otto's got his 4th 3 of the game and now 16 points.
And again, that against that 1-3-1, if you got 2 guys up front that can shoot the ball, there they had Johnson and Otto. If you time it right, one guy's going to be open, and Bennett Otto's got a sweet-looking shot.
Double dribbled. Otto defended well on Wise, forced him into a turnover.
And you're kind of at that breaking point, John, right? It went from 11 to 15 points, and here's a turnover, and if Champlin's able to score, you get up to 17, 18. This is where if you're Elk River, you got to really dig deep, get a stop, and get something positive on offense.
Johnson, Otto will try another 3 and hit. Yeah. My goodness. 19 points now for Bennett Otto.
Well, he must know it. Champlin Park knows it's cold outside because they're on fire inside right now. They're heating up this building pretty nicely, and they're just sweet-looking jump shots tonight.
An 8-0 run in the first couple of minutes here in the second half. Randy Clausen with a timeout for Elk River.
And almost from those 2 threes by Otto, almost from the same exact spot, too. And that wasn't an easy shot. There was a defender right up in his grill here. That's where having that length. And that was a good couple feet behind the three-point line, too.
And now an 18-point Champlin Park lead, their biggest tonight. That is 11 made three-pointers for Champlin Park in this game.
When you wonder if Elk River, if they're going to make a change here and go to a man-to-man defense and say, hey, we're not going to give up these open looks. If you beat us off the dribble, if you beat us, that way, we'll live with that. But I just think right now, especially tonight, the way Champlin Park is shooting the ball with TJ Moberg and Jacob Johnson and Bennett Otto too, I think you got to adjust. You can't allow those guys to get their feet set and have wide open threes.
Roberts are inbound for the Elks in front of their bench. And we're at 49-31 with 15 and a half minutes to play here in the second half. Ball in the hands of Carter Bainey. He had a nice first half scoring for Elk River. 11 points, in some trouble here. And Seeley gets the steal. Ahead for Alex John. Puts it up off the glass and in.
Well, great defense leads to really good offense, and Champlin Park able to get out and run. And that was not an easy catch by Alex John. When he's got his whole body and speed going like that, he did a nice job of just calming himself, catching and burying it.
Truth, pretty good look from the corner, but it came out of bounds off Champlin Park. Look at that steal again, Seeley.
And again, watch the patience here. Right there, I thought he was going to force a shot, gathered himself, and he knows with his strength and size, he can go up and shoot over the top.
Inbound ball off of John and out. Into Roberts, but Johnson got right out on him, didn't allow him to get a shot away. And the pass over the head of Bainey and out of bounds. Turnover Elk River.
And you're starting to see some frustration with Elk River, and that's where I think if you talk to Coach Clausen is we got to stay together. If we make a turnover, don't hang our heads, don't get frustrated at a teammate, let's pick each other up. You heard him talk even at halftime with me, he just said we just want to get better.
Ball in the hands of Bennett Otto. Picks up his dribble, able to get it to Walter. Johnson puts it on the deck, drives to the basket and scores.
God, does he have an explosive first step off the dribble. Wow, he just gathered, ripped through, and one dribble, he was at the rim. Nice finish.
Head fake and then the pass back out from Holtberg to Erickson. Now it's Fruth. On the perimeter, Roberts, a little trouble with it. That's a turnover. And Otto for John trying to one-hand it in the pass, just a touch behind him. Ball back to Elk River. Roberts hands it off, baseline shot up, off. Elk River cold to start the second half. Ball out of bounds. Still with Elk River. It was yet to score here in the second half. Look at that again.
And you can kind of see that play developing, and I think Bennett Otto just threw it a little bit late and behind, but how about the athleticism by Alex John, almost to completely shift to his left hand and still get that one to fall. That was the most exciting miss we've had here yet tonight.
Nice steal by Walter off the inbound, and then we get a foul in the backcourt on Erickson.
You're starting to see the turnovers mount here in the second half, John, right? Elk River just, they've gotten a couple of good looks. They haven't knocked their shots down, but you want to avoid those turnovers. Give yourself a chance to get a good shot attempt.
Well, Coach Tuxer's got to be happy with the defense his team is playing, forcing some of these turnovers. Johnson, a runner around the rim, not good. And rebounded by Holtberg.
And I thought that time Johnson settled for that shot. I thought he could have taken another hard dribble or even stepped back, but gathered himself, got his balance. That was kind of an off-balance runner.
And a steal for Champlin Park again.
Oh, nice.
Otto to Seeley through his hands and out of bounds over to Elk River. Champlin Park's had chance for a couple more fast break baskets and unable to finish there or on that dunk a couple possessions ago. But overall, a great start. They're on a 12-0 run to start the second half.
Well, I'll tell you what, too, John, it's kind of an underrated skill, but you have to learn how to run a fast break. You got to always have your hands ready, because even if, that pass might have been a little hard or a little early, but Cato Seeley's got to know it's coming to him. You want to get those hands up and get them ready. Especially with a guy like Benedetto, who is going to deliver it. It might be unorthodox. It might come a little differently, but you want to be ready for it.
Off the inbound, Melcher getting Elk River's first points, and foul on Wacoria.
I like what Melcher did there. Watch his cut right down the middle. And look at this. He keeps the ball up high like that, and he shoots it at a very high point using that 6'6" frame. And it was a nice shot and his first bucket of the night.
First missed free throw tonight for Elk River. They're 10 out of 11 now. But they've got their first basket of the second half. Here's Otto. Seeley open three. Long, but rebounded. Came right to Wacoria. Double team, ball tipped out of the wing, and Elk River has it. Steal for the Elks. Good pass for Holtberg, trying to get it back out, and Walter with a nice steal for Seeley. Oh, and he makes a nice step-in move on Burdine to finish.
Nice job, keep that ball up. He slowed down, kind of a half Euro step, and you can see he shows off his receiving skills there. It takes off on a fly pattern, catches it, great footwork, and a nice finish. That's kind of been the night for Elk River. What looked like they might have had the numbers there in a fast break, it results in a turnover and leads to a fast break going the other way.
Rebels in transition. Seeley, Wacoria back out. Otto, great ball movement. Walter, three is good.
I'll tell you, what makes that play great is you got Benedetto, who's on fire tonight, right? Hit a couple of threes. I don't think anyone would have been mad if he had shot that shot. Instead, he realized his teammate was wide open and flung it over, and he got Jared Walter even a better look, and he knocks it down. Really unselfish play. That's great offense. As a coach, you love to see those extra passes. And isn't it funny too, John, whenever you see that extra pass comes, doesn't it always almost go in too? I mean, the basketball gods have a way of rewarding that unselfish play.
And now a 25-point Champlin Park lead here in the second half as they have come out, outscored the Elks 17-2 in the first 6+ minutes of the half. Coach Clausen, did tell me before the game, said this is a great group of kids to work with, and that's when you like to hear that from the coach. The kids are doing their best and learning and easy to work with, and I know that's rewarding as a coach. Makes it easier to come into practice even if the wins aren't coming always on game day. Roberts will put up a three. That's not good. Got his own rebound though, and fouls his shot and scores.
Great behind the back there. He's got that good basketball body too. He's got the 6'5" frame and the long arms.
Nice pass by Walter down low. Shot missed by Olsen underneath. Rebound, or the ball comes to Elk River. Roberts trying to finish again. He'll go to the line for two.
You can see the long rebound, follows his own shot here. And look at this, right behind the back. And great extension with the left hand. And back to your point too, John, sports obviously is competitive and you play it to win games. But the lessons that go along into it, right? Being a good teammate, being humble, how do you pick yourself up when you're down? How do you pick someone else up? How do you be unselfish? How do you, learning how to compete, how to prepare, all that stuff. It just prepares you for life. Everything you do in life is really a lot of the same characteristics that you're going to find in sports. And if you got a good group of kids as a coach, it makes it so rewarding.
Otto mid-range shot here, not good. Wacoria trying to gather in the rebound and does. Johnson in some trouble, got it off to Olsen, now to Walter. Drive it, picks up his dribble, back out to Otto. Walter, another three, well short here. That might have been partially tipped by Erickson, and here comes Elk River.
Oh, nice move.
Fruth, good pass. Oh, and unable to finish was Erickson, and rebounded by Wacoria. Out to Otto. Bounce pass, trying to get it ahead for Johnson, and a great steal by Burdine. Back comes Roberts, too strong. Melcher, follow-up is in.
How about the big fella running the court, finishing it up, gobbles up the offensive rebound, and gets his second basket. That was a great move down here. I couldn't tell. Was that Fruth that made that?
Yeah.
Like a little hesitation move. It was great play. Quick move.
Well, Correa spins inside his player and gets it off to Cooper Olsen, who's able to score. First basket tonight for the big junior.
He's got that good size too. It's 6'7". It's nice to be able to bring guys that are 6'6", 6'7" off the bench in the high school level.
Pass skips across off Melcher to Fruth. Got a good look at a three, and it comes out. Rebound though to Erickson. Cross to Roberts. Trying to put it on the floor on Otto. Defended him pretty well there. And he's got to come out with a pass, and it's stolen by Johnson. And he finishes.
Air Johnson. Again, Champlin Park playing the passing lanes, and I'll tell you what, Jacob Johnson's a heck of a basketball player. We've seen his shooting tonight, but look at this athleticism, and then bam, just explodes, throws it down with 2 hands. Looks like a young John Jacobson in transition there.
On my Nerf hoop in my bedroom. But yes, other than that. Another timeout here by Elk River, down to 1 timeout remaining. Let's look at the standings in the North Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Champlin Park, as I mentioned, 7-0 in the conference, virtually the same overall record as the Blaine Bengals, but the Blaine 2 games back of Champlin Park in conference games, and then Anoka and Centennial, the only other teams with 500 records even in the North Division so far this season. I mentioned that Blaine will take on Champlin Park here next Wednesday, the 13th of February. Champlin Park defeated Blaine a couple of weeks ago on Bengals home court, 62-54.
Yeah, like we said, if Champlin Park does stumble, you want to win that one just to give yourself an extra cushion. You'd obviously have the tiebreaker if you won both of them against Blaine, but I think if Mark Tucksher, I talked to him at halftime. Are you kind of competing with yourself? And so far, giving up only 7 points here in the second half. I think defensively they've picked up the pressure a notch, and they've gotten out and ran in transition, and that's really kind of been the difference here.
Double team, and just getting it away, and a great pass down low, and then a foul on Moberg. It didn't look like Bainey was going to be able to beat the 5 count, but he did. And then Moberg commits the foul after the ball came down to the baseline. And now a chance scored at the line for Liam Carr.
I'll tell you, Bainey, I thought like you said, he was going to get a 5-second call. He did a nice job of stepping through that double team, and he found Carr underneath the basket. Nice pass.
And he gets the second free throw to go. Midway through the second half, Severn to Kamara. No starters on the floor right now for Champlin Park. Moberg steps in, gets it to Wakoria. A little trouble on the baseline. Able to get the pass, but it's to an Elk River player, Wise. He has it tipped right back to him and able to score it. No, we're going to get a whistle before the shot. The offensive foul on Elk River. To be whistled on Wise. Kamara stands in there. And the charge whistled against Wise. Moberg puts it on the deck. Back to Severin. Kamara. Ball was tipped. Oh, no, apparently not. I thought it was.
I think it was.
Or maybe it was tipped, but then last touch by Kamara.
I think it looked like it went off Kamara's thigh there and went out of bounds. Well, nice job by Elk River. They're starting to kind of apply some of their own pressure and forced a couple of turnovers here.
Eight minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the second half. Holtberg off on the left wing to Wise. Skip pass across.
Nice
Dribble in. Cutting down the lane and scoring the 2 is Holtberg. That was a terrific pass, and Holtberg with a good finish.
Great job by Bainey. He kind of hung in the air there. Watch him hang, and just a great job cutting by Holtberg there. And I'll tell you, you look at Bainey's reaction after that made. He was jumping around. That's what you love to see. Doesn't matter if you're down 20 or up 20. You want to get excited for your teammate making a big play. That's exactly something I think Coach Clausen would be very proud of.
3-point play for Holtberg. 62-42. Holberg's shot off the back iron, not good. Rebound comes to the Elks. Here's Wise pushing it ahead. His pass intercepted. Severn has it for Champlin Park. Ahead to Moberg. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Well, that was a great transition pass by Severn there. Kind of threaded the needle over to Moberg, and once he caught that, he was in the clear there. Nice job taking contact, almost finished for a 3-point play.
Three team fouls in the second half in Elk River. 5 for Champlin Park. Moberg's first free throw not good. Alex John Bennett Otto return to the lineup for Champlin Park. Second one is good. Moberg's got 7 points in the game. Up down low, nice tip away by Olsen to get the steal. John taking it to the basket. They'll go to the line for two.
Well, Elk River tried to do a little high-low action. The ball just didn't quite have enough loft on it. Able to get deflected, nice pass. And again, look at the big fella running in transition, and that's probably a good foul. Don't give up an easy layup. Make the big guy earn it from the free throw line.
One more try coming for Alex John. Ethan Renz, 6'4" junior, in for Champlin Park. Roberts back in for Elk River, along with Fruth. Second one also not good, and rebounded by the Elks. Here's Liam Carr off to Fruth. Melcher back out. 3 try, too strong. Otto rebounds. The miss by Burdine. Always looking up court. To the corner, back out. Otto open 3 is good. Well, he gets it in rhythm.
He's got a great rhythm. I'll tell you, nice job by Renz too. He caught that, went baseline. You know, and as a big fella just getting into the game too, just knew exactly where Bennett Otto was. And I'll tell you what I'm impressed with Champlin Park is their shooters get ready to shoot before that ball comes. So they're in rhythm, stepping into it, and their threes look really nice when they're able to get their feet set.
Otto with 22 points now. This 3 won't go for the Elks. Kamara gathers in the loose ball. He'll take it to the basket, gives it up to John, puts it up strong and in.
Well, and I think that's what you Champlin Park fans want to see more of is when Alex John gets that down low, just go straight up as strong and as hard as you can, because there aren't too many people at 6'8" and as strong as he is that can defend that. And you saw it right there. Didn't have a great look, but he just powered through, able to finish.
Another turnover by the Elks. Moberg with a 3, and that's good.
They continue to just rain in threes, and again, Bennett Otto kind of lets the defense fly down and sees Moberg just walking into it. And when they're in rhythm tonight, John, they've knocked down their threes.
Lead of 29 now. Burdine's 3 is good.
Well, nice fade screen, and Burdine got his feet set, had time, and knocked it down.
Moberg, open 3, Renz connects.
It's contagious. It's like the flu when shots start falling down, and Renz get in at his 6'5" frame, lefty. Great driving kick too by Moberg. I think that's probably what's been really a nice cut too.
That was a great pass. Fruth finding Liam Carr for 2.
Fruth is a really good passer too. He's not only a good shooter, he's got great vision. But I'll tell you, I mean, the percent of threes that have come off of assists tonight for Champlin Park, right? It's not like James Harden who's driving and holding. These are a lot of great driving kicks, and there's another off of a pass.
Otto missing. Roberts rebounds. Fruth looking up court. Now we'll slow it up. Now we'll pop a three. Rims out. Rebound to the Rebels. Moberg to John. Takes it to the basket and scores.
That's like a freight train, and in fast motion there, he gets going. How would you like to try to take a charge in front of him coming down full speed?
Look at it again.
Look at
Burdine doing his best, but John's got a few more pounds on him and muscles it up for 2 more. Timeout here by Champlin Park. So we're inside of 5 minutes to play.
Well, the score of the first time these guys met was 76-41. And here we are, we're 76-47. So a little bit more offense tonight than both teams had in that first game.
This was a 10-point game at halftime. Champlin Park has really come out strong in the second half. Elks have been a little colder shooting, and as I say, that Fruth drains a 3, but it had some more turnovers than they had in the first half. Part of that their own doing. Some of that good defense by Champlin Park, and been able to stretch the lead here in the second half. Josh Strong is into the game, and he hits a 3. You remember his brother a year ago, a great player. Now he's at the Naval Academy, and Josh playing behind Bennett Otto's not getting a lot of varsity minutes, but he's really got some potential, I think, as a varsity player and beyond. It's out of bounds. Champlin Park basketball.
Well, that's not an easy thing either, John. When you come in, you've been sitting all game. You come in, the first time you touch it, you're 3 feet behind the three-point line, and you pop it, and nothing but net, too. He's got great rotation on his shot. And only a sophomore, so he's going to get plenty of experience in the next couple of years. They're going to need him to really elevate his game the next couple of years.
Jace Miller, 6'4", junior, number 14, in now as well. Renz getting it to Olsen. Olsen back iron, not good. And the rebound to the Elks as it was pulled down by Wise. Kamara gets the steal for Champlin Park. And scores.
Excellent job. He's got great speed and quickness that time, but he kept that ball way in front. That was a great finish.
And these are the guys that are going to be on the floor next year for Champlin Park. The varsity guys, with Wakori and some others as well. But this is a group that's going to significantly grow as far as playing time and ability in the years to come. In case of some of them.
Well, and that's why these kind of minutes, they may seem that they're not very important, but they're really invaluable because these kids that don't get a lot of varsity minutes come in, and if they have some success, the confidence that it gives them, not only for the rest of their JV year, but also the confidence next year that it won't be their first time in a varsity game, and it's so different than a JV game. So the more experience they can get, the more success they can experience, the better.
Renz called for traveling. I like the ball movement on that possession there for Champlin Park. You get a turnover in the end, but.
And it's always kind of hard because you're getting time in. You all want to score, right? But you don't want to be a ball hog. So sometimes you end up overpassing, So it's always kind of tricky these last couple of minutes in these spots.
Devin Moore, number 25, 6-foot junior, came in. Last whistle for Champlin Park. Good release and a pass and a block from behind by Olsen for the Rebels. Strong to Miller. Moore to the corner to Renz. Baseline pass. Olsen out. Jace Miller free.
Jace Miller, if I recall, is a heck of a football player too, right? He played opposite Cato Seeley sometimes, and then as a wide receiver.
The backup quarterback to Otto.
So imagine having as a quarterback 2 guys that are 6'4", 6'5", one on each side is a pretty good luxury. And there he comes in, and they've really shot the ball well.
Dominic Witt, number 13, in for Champlin Park for the first time.
17 made three-pointers on the game. Unbelievable.
Anders Johnson, number 45, in for Elk River for the first time. He'll pass it in here with 2:11 to go. Bainey. Shot from the baseline for Erickson won't go. And here's more in the front court. Pass to Renz. In some traffic, and it's turnover taken by Bainey. Under 2 to play now in the game. Ball out of bounds off of Champlin Park. Michael Jarmaluk, number 32, now in for Elk River. Shot, that gets blocked. Michael Johnson's shot couldn't go. And the Elks retain possession. Here's Carr crashing. Can't get it to go. And Renz to Strong. Moore kicks it back out with the pass. Strong lost it. Gets it back. Nicely off for Witt, who scores.
Great job by Strong staying with it there. Looked like the ball got tipped and on the ground. Quick hands. Not only did he gather it, but had the wherewithal to find his teammate, and nice finish by Witt.
Shot up, not good. And then a foul whistled on Witt. Going to the line will be Johnson. Over 35 points just now, and so his running time in this last minute of play. First free throw not good. A.J. Messenger, number 1 in for Champlin Park. The ball comes out high as Dylan Gachaba also in, number 20 for the Rebels. Witt to Gachaba, left side. Final 10 seconds. Witt open in the corner. Missed on this one. Rebound to Johnson of Elk River. Anders Johnson missing on the shot, and that is the end of today's game. Well, we mentioned that the margin was 35 points the last time these teams played, and after a relatively close first half, that's the final margin here again tonight. 86-51. Each team scoring 10 points more than the first time these clubs met in Elk River 3 weeks ago. And Champlin Park gets their 13th win of the season and improves to 8-0 in the North Division of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Elk River falling to 3-14 overall, 2-7 in the North. We're going to take a quick break. Ryan Iverson will be back with one of the Rebels players in a moment as we continue with our coverage of high school basketball here on CCX.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, we're getting so wet. I just
86-51 the final. Champlin Park wins it over Elk River. Back to the floor we go to Ryan Iverson.
Thanks, John. I'm here with Jacob Johnson. Jacob, 17 points tonight. You really kind of jump-started this three-point barrage tonight. You had a couple early. Was that kind of the plan against that zone, knowing you might get some open looks from deep?
Yeah, definitely. My teammates got me open, and we moved the ball really well today. So
when I was describing you, we highlighted you in our pregame. I say he's a really good shooter, but I think he's more than that. He's a scorer, and you got an explosive first step. How would you describe your offense?
Quick, handle the ball, shoot the three, just good passer.
And I asked Bennett Otto this a couple games ago when we did yours. You as a defender, too, you're a great defender, good ball pressure. Would you as a defender be able to guard you as an offensive player? Who would win that matchup?
Jacob would win. Jacob.
Good question. So tonight you played Elk River. You beat him by 35. You played him a couple weeks ago, beat him by 35. With the weather, there wasn't a great crowd tonight. The energy is kind of lacking. Was this more about you guys necessarily competing with yourselves than it was against your opponent?
Definitely. It was a good opportunity for us to work on our defense, work on our offense, run through some plays.
Yeah. What makes your team, when you guys are out running like this and really firing on all cylinders, how do you defend you guys?
I don't know. It'd be a struggle for us to defend ourselves.
So you're glad you're not coaching against you, is what you're saying.
Oh, definitely.
So you guys right now are standing at the top, undefeated in the north side of the conference. You got a big game next week with Blaine. Tell me about that matchup, and have you guys been looking forward to that one too?
Definitely looking forward to another shot at them. They played really well against us last time. Hopefully we can come out and play really well again and win another one.
Good. And how far do you think this team can go this year?
As far as we can. I mean, as far as we'll let ourselves go. It's really us against ourselves, to be honest.
Well, I think I speak on behalf of everyone in here tonight. It's cold outside, but you guys were on fire inside. Thanks for warming us up in here.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All right, back to you, JJ.
All right, thanks very much, Ryan. Thanks to Jacob Johnson. And 17 made three-pointers tonight for Champlin Park. They stretched that 10-point halftime lead and walk away with a 35-point win. Bennett Otto, the leading scorer, with 22 points. Jacob Johnson with 17, and contributions from a lot of other guys for the Rebels leads to their 13th win of the season. Thanks to all of our crew who made it from all over the metro through the snow to get here tonight. For Ryan Iverson and everyone in attendance, thanks at home for watching on this snowy night. It's Champlin Park with the win over Elk River, 86-51. Our final. I'm John Jacobson, and good night.